Hey guys, Marcus here with BlackOvis. I'm here in Bozeman, Montana at Mystery Ranch. I'm here with Tim Hofer, the hunting sales manager, and we wanted to have a conversation today a bit about Mystery Ranch and the evolution of their hunting frame. Now, at BlackOvis, our mantra is solid hunting gear. It's something we believe in, it's something that we stand by, and we stand by brands that we believe hold up to that standard. And Mystery Ranch is one of them. We all use Mystery Ranch at BlackOvis and amongst other brands, but it's one that we've used, tested, and have reaped the benefits of. So we wanted to dive in and really talk about just that evolution and how it's gotten to where it is today.
You know, this is kind of a topic that could go really, really deep, and we spend way too much time diving into the weeds, but kind of the high-level overview of how we landed on the Guidelight MT frame is its sort of final iteration on the hunting pack. Really started with the military line. You know, we've been working with SOCOM teams since the beginning, over 20 years now, and even prior to that with Dana Gleason and Dana Designs, and the history goes way back. And you know, that is a really dedicated user group that uses and abuses their gear. This is a good example of the nice frame that we developed for the military packs, all different iterations and styles, from weapons carry to communications kits, first aid, multi-day sustainment, you name it. And you'll notice at first glance it is very overbuilt, very beefy. You've got you got vertical stays, horizontal stays, fabric within Cordura. Everything is super overbuilt for a reason, because it's got to last. Doesn't matter about a warranty when this thing's being used. So we build these things to last through thick and thin. Another thing you'll notice too is the height is quite short. This is not an ideal height that you would find in a hunting pack like you see in the Guidelight MT, because as hunters who get heavy duty loads, boned out meat, etc., gear, you need that height to really affect the load lifters, get that weight up and off your shoulders and hips and kind of evenly distributed. But in a military application, too tall of a frame is a hindrance, or possibly something that could affect a soldier's safety. If you're shooting prone with a helmet on, too tall of a pack is a hindrance to the back of the helmet, and so it needs to be lower profile and easily to maneuver with. Also, you'll see here even bolsters that are designed to support body armor. So very, very use specific, but you do see a lot of similarities. 5-piece waist belt, really comfortable, wraps tightly around the hips, distributes the weight. Whether you're carrying 60, 70 pounds of ammo or an elk quarter, that transmission of weight through the waist belt still matters. And same thing with the Futura yoke system. That adjustable yoke system is something that carries over from the military line into the hunting, the backpacking, the climbing, and to a lesser degree into the firefighting line as well. So very kind of interesting evolution we see with the military pack. And then where we land today is obviously much more pared down. This is a Pintler kind of in its full form. We just took the frame, removed everything, so it's easy to kind of take a look at. So you'll notice right away you've got higher load lifter height of the frame, so for ease of carry. Skeletonized out a lot of the excess fabric. We kind of figured out we don't need all that fabric covering the frame. You just need it where it matters, primarily down the middle of the back and the lumbar. And pared down stays. These are carbon stays, whereas though on the military bag are pretty heavy duty, kind of a composite, and they're almost like a bar stock. So much beefier and built out. But again, that same lumbar wrap that you saw in the military bag and that it carries through in the hunting line and the outdoor line is evident here in the hunting pack as well. So you can tell with that nice big beefy 5-piece waist belt, adjustable yoke, and then obviously quick access to the overload shelf, which you can kind of see in the other Pintler over here, kitted out with a stuff sack, sort of indicative of when you need to carry out these massive loads. The best way to do it is on that frame. We don't get too fancy, with the frame shape and technology, because you think about everything from this desk to the walls in this building. That rigid, kind of construction like that really displaces the weight well, while kind of protecting the wearer. So that's a little bit of the science behind sort of the design of the frame, and why we've kind of stuck with that, and how it's been really successful for us across the entire Guidelight series.
What's cool and what I've come to appreciate about Mystery Ranch is that you guys have gained so much experience from so many different areas of outdoor activities. I mean, from the military to skiing to hiking to backpack camping to climbing. I mean, it's such a vast wealth of knowledge that you're condensing in and taking the best aspects of whatever that activity might be and maybe testing it out on something else.
For
and
sure.
I think over time, you guys have been able to just fine tune this hunting frame and create something that's really super effective, super comfortable, and reliable.
Yeah, and that's been, I think, part of our secret sauce in a way is we are very fortunate to have 4 very different user groups and people who are really experts and specialists in those areas, and we can kind of borrow and trade, secrets and design ideas, and hey, it worked well for this. Do you think it would have application over here? And we see it across everything from something like a wildland firefighter, and is that frame system small and light? Would it make a good backcountry hunting frame? Who knows? Let's see if we can develop something. And so yeah, we have a great opportunity that I think sets us apart, where so many different expertise under one roof and user groups that it's a great wealth of knowledge for sure.
And for those of you who might not know, what packs can you find this frame on?
So the Guidelight MT frame is the one kind of frame that is continuous across the line. So from the Marshall all the way down to the Pintler, and even the bag only option of the Mule fit is the Guidelight MT series. So it'd be basically Marshall, Metcalf, Beartooth, Sawtooth, Pintler, and the Mule. Yep.
Okay, awesome. So obviously we see that carries across your main line of hunting packs, with the exception of the pop-up series.
Yep, and the Treehouse.
And the Treehouse.
Correct.
Which the pop-up series is awesome too. The frame that's built onto that, I know that a lot of experience has gone into building that and perfecting it as well. Thank you for giving us a basic overview and a run through of this frame and the packs that go onto it. Let us know what you think of this frame. If you've used it in the past, let us know. If you have any other questions, we'd love to answer them. Thanks for watching.